All right, let's make sure y'all's phones are up. We are doing the back. The first 6 are very easy. Be ready, we're gonna move quick. Y'all ready? All right, look at number 1. Watch how easy number 1 is. If we've got to get rid of the square root sign, how do I do that? So this just becomes x minus 2. That becomes 36. Get an answer now. 38. Everybody good on that one? I mean, that's about as easy as it can get. I'm going to give y'all some of those on the test, just that easy. All right, let's do the next one. So the first 6 are basically just like that. All right, what's different about number 2? Yeah, it's got a cube root instead of a square root. So now what do we have to do? We've got to cube both sides. So I got x squared minus 1 equals, what's 3 to the 3rd power? 27. All right, write it down. All right, I move over minus 1. That gives me 28. What's next? Take the square root, and if you want to simplify your square root, y'all have to use your program button on your calculator. Somebody give me an answer.
2.
How many answers will this problem have? 2. So it's plus or minus 2 root 7, right? All right, so y'all should be able to do 3 the same way that we've been doing them. Go. 4 is a little different, not much. All right, who's got an answer on 3? Is it a fraction? It is? All right, so I cube the left and I cube the right, so I get 7w plus 5 equals negative 27. What's next? Subtract 5. I got 7w equals negative 32. So my answer is negative 32 over 7. All right, 4 looks a little bit different. What about it's different? The minus 1 is on the left side, but it's not up under the square root. What do y'all think we have to do with minus 1? Move it over, make it a plus 1. 2 plus 1 gives you 3. Now you can work it out. All right, let's see what you got. Square it squared. I got 8a minus 5 equals 9. 8a equals 14. I got 14 over 8. Will that simplify? 7. To what? 7 over 4. All right, so I didn't lie to you. The first 6 are really easy. Look at number 5. How's it different? You got 2 square roots, right? Matthew, when you have 2 square roots, one's got to be on the left side of the equal sign, one's got to be on the right side. So this one is already set up. Just square both sides, and y'all shouldn't need my help from there. All right, so now I'll do 5 and 6, and then the fun stuff starts on number 7. I hadn't tried 6. I'll give y'all a chance to try 6. Should be just like 5. When you square both sides on 6, you have to just bring down 9w minus 4 and 7w minus 20. So I got 2w equals negative 16, so negative 8. All right, so the first 6 were extremely easy. Let's go to number 7 now. All right, what did I just say about number, I think it was 5, when you have 2 square roots in a problem? One's got to be on the left side of the equal sign, one's got to be on the right. Check out number 7. All right, it's not set up that way, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this a minus 3, I'm going to move it over on the right. And that's just going to make it a minus the square root of a minus 3. So it needs to be set up that way. Write it down that way. You gotta have one square root on the left, one on the right. Now, does it really matter which one I moved over? No, it doesn't really matter. I just chose to move the a minus 3. All right, so these next 4 problems that we do are going to be like 7 steps. Perhaps the longest problems y'all had in math in high school. All right, anybody want to guess what the next step is? Square both sides, square both sides. Okay, that's easy enough. That's what we've been doing. Left side, what do you bring down? Just a plus 4, right? Because the square cancels out the square root. All right, now look at the right side. How come the square won't cancel the square root on the right side? Because the 7 messes everything up. All right, so here's what you got to do. Y'all see this exponent? It means write this down twice. And you're going to have to FOIL this out. That's what you got to write down. So I will walk you through the FOIL method on this. This is the hardest part of this problem. All right, Matthew, what do I get when I times these two? All right, now what do I get when I times these two? Anybody? All right, look, isn't there a -1 right there? Okay, so that just gives you -7, and then follow it with the square root. Since the -1's out in front, you just multiply 7 times -1. All right, what about when I times these two? Same thing, right? All right, now look, y'all notice this square root and this square root are exactly the same. So when you multiply them, it just cancels out the square root symbol. You just bring down a minus 3. And I got a negative times a negative, so I bring down a positive a minus 3. All right, that was the hardest part. The rest of it's going to get a lot easier. All right, if you can add up any like terms on the right side of the equal sign, go ahead. I can add up 49 and 3 minus 3. What's 49 minus 3? 46. Y'all see anything else that has like terms? Aren't these square roots exactly the same? So -7 plus -7 is -14. Okay, what's going to happen with 46 when I move it over here? Get -46, that'll give me what? -42. All right, what's going to happen with this a when I bring it over here with this a? Cancel out, good. So that's what we have. Getting close to the end. All right, so from here, Matthew, we're trying to get our square root symbol by itself so I can square both sides and get rid of it. So I got to get rid of that -14, that -14. So you divide both sides by -14, and look, it cancels it out right there. So we got 3 equals square root of a minus 3. I bet y'all could finish it from here. You square both sides and work it out. Now, how many of these will be on your next test? Not many. Maybe 2. So we square it. I got 9 equals a minus 3. Move it over, I got 12. All right, so I said, I guess 7 steps. That's about right. It's about a 7-step problem. All right, so that was, what, 7? Number 8 and number 9 are just like number 7. And I think we're going to skip number 10. I think I'll give you a different problem instead of that one. I did that one in first block. I didn't like it. All right, so you guys try 8. Do the first step. Square both sides. You're going to have to do FOIL method on one of the sides. You got a question? All right, let's see what we got. All right, whoops. All right, we square that and we square that, right? What happens on the right side? Cancels it out, bring down x plus 12. Why won't the left side cancel it out? Because the minus 1 messes it up. So we got to write it twice. And we got to FOIL it out. All right, so let's FOIL it out again. What does this give me, guys, when I times these two right here? X plus 21. Remember, if the square roots are exactly the same, it just cancels them out. All right, what do I get when I times these two here? I put -1 in front of the square root. All right, what do I get from these two? Same thing, it's -1 in front of the square root. All right, I got a -1 times a -1, which is a +1. All right, add up your like terms on the left side. It's just like the last problem, same steps. And we're going to work on this 3 days probably, 3 or 4, y'all have it. Got an answer? Good, divide both sides by -2. That's good. All right, so here's what we've got. I got an x. I can add up this one and this one, guys, are like terms. That'll give me 22. -1 plus -1 is -2 in front of that square root. All right, write it down. Any question how I got the x, the plus 22, or the -2? All right, now just like last problem, what's going to happen with this x when I move it over here with this x? Cancel out. All right, what's going to happen with 22 when I move it over here? It becomes a -22. All right, somebody give me the next step. We've got to get the square root symbol by itself. Got to divide by -2. All right, that cancels out. I got square root of x plus 21 equals 5. All right, what's next? We square both sides. So I got x plus 21 and 25. So what's the answer? Answer is 4. Let's see if that's right. All right, so look, I square that, I square that. So this is x plus 16. I got to write this side twice. And we got to FOIL that out. So if you haven't tried it yet, let's FOIL it together. When I times those two square roots together, I just get x. When I times these two numbers together, I just put the 4 in front of the square root. All right, when I times these two together, same thing. And then 4 times 4 is 16. All right, this one is going to be short. Kaylin, what happens with this x when I move it over? X is canceled. Kaylin, what happens with 16 when I move it over? Y'all see how both of these cancel. So what I've got is 0 equals 4 plus 4 is 8 root x. So this one is short. All right, next step, we divide by 8. 0 divided by anything is 0. And basically here you can stop, because the answer is going to be 0. When you square it, you get 0. All right, y'all got like 5 minutes to start cleaning up.